Kayla Harrison is here. There she is. Wow. What a great setup this is, Kayla. How are you? You look revved and ready to go.
Good.
It looks like you're about to run out of the locker room right now. Look at that shirt. You got everything going on. You're fired up.
Yeah, you like that? I'm fired up. It's fight week, baby.
One thing I love about PFL, they always give us a nice little setup here. This was worth re-signing with them because you wouldn't get this kind of setup.
Right here. Give it up for Finale.
Respect. You wouldn't get this with another promotion. They'd have you in a freaking closet. This was worth all that, negotiations, in my opinion.
They do give me the best for the best. You know what I'm saying?
What about the fact that there's legends? And by the way, nice to see you again. It's good to, have you on. We don't have to talk about contracts and things like that. I can't promise that I'll actually stay true to that, but it's nice to see you here talking about a fight. What about the fact that there's legends like Showtime Pettis? There's Roy McDonald. Ray is a big name. You're at the top of the bill. You're the one at the top.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
About it?
That's a big deal, no? I mean,
it is. It is. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've earned it. I feel like I've proven myself. I feel like I've been the face of this promotion for a while, and it's getting to the point in my career where you either love me or hate me, but you're going to tune in to watch because I'm going to do something big. Do
more people love you or hate you at this point?
I think they all hate me.
No. Why do you say that?
Oh, man, Ariel, I don't know. It's just like, there's just a lot of mean people in this world,
Yeah.
Who have fingers and access to the internet. But
I saw that you said you're moving away from social media.
Yeah, I mean, one thing you can't buy in life is time, right? That's the one thing we can't ever get back. And I found myself spending a lot of time, not just on the negative, on the positive too, but, answering fan messages and talking to people about, what it means to be a fighter, to, reading people saying that I look like Brock Lesnar and whatever. So I just realized kind of that what is one thing that I can do in my life to make it more peaceful and to make it better. And that one thing was get off the fucking internet. Like, I don't need to hear what these people have to say. And although I do want to help people, I can't help anyone if I'm draining myself and I have an energy leak. To me, social media and that was an energy leak. It doesn't make me better. It doesn't make me a better fighter. It doesn't make me a better mother. It just makes my head spin and makes me think about what people who have no, in my opinion, if you aren't out here chasing your dreams and being vulnerable, then you have no right to say shit about what I'm doing. So if you're not in my inner circle, I don't care about your opinion.
I freaking love it. I'm just going to give you a little clap right here for that. That is tremendous. I deal with the same thing as well. Not on your level, of course. I'm 1/10.
No, I'm sure you have. No, I mean, you're more famous than me. So I'm sure you deal with it on an even bigger scale. And I think that I talked about this the other day, but there's one thing that I have realized during free agency, not that I want to talk about it, but I will say this. I don't want to be famous. I just want to be the best.
Can you be one without the other? Can you be the best and not be famous?
I don't know.
You can. I'm sorry to say. I mean, it's just kind of goes hand in hand. What about being a role model?
Yeah. I want to be a role model. But this world makes it extremely difficult to, I just want to be a light, man. I don't want to be negative. I don't want to, there's already enough bad shit going on in this world. I don't want to bring any more badness into it. I just want to be a light. I want to do good. I want to be good. I want to inspire. I want to live a life that I can be proud of. My kids can be proud of. My grandparents can be proud of. And it's so easy for people to get caught up in the negative. It's so easy for people to God, God, I'm so scared for my son or daughter to have, like, my daughter already asked me, like, Mom, when can I get a phone? Or I'm like, when you can drive, like, that's it. Like, just so I can track you. Like, I don't want her to live in this world. Like, it's so easy for people to make comments or to be negative. And I don't want that. I want to be positive. Man. I choose to be positive.
You're speaking to my soul. My kids had an iPad, and we had to take it away because they were too addicted to it. And that turned into a whole thing, right? I mean, it's no,
my daughter was the same way when she moved in with me. Like, God bless my mother, but she's older. So an iPad is a very easy, distraction. We have no technology in my house. We have a Friday night movie night together as a family. And then occasionally on the weekends, she can play her iPad, but we no longer have any technology during the week, during school days.
Wow.
I'm in the process of looking for like some land. I want to get out. We're going to be outside. We live in perpetual summer. So we're going to have like horses and chickens and goats, and we're just going to be outside doing stuff. It's so bad for them too. Like, it's so bad for your brain and development and insomnia and ADD. And like, I'm not doing it. That's my like cross to bear as a mom. Like, I'm like, no technology.
Yeah. No, I feel you 100%. A lot of fighters, there's some fighters right now. There's a guy named Nathan Diaz who's just itching to become a free agent, who wants to see what it's like. I feel like you look back on this period, not with fondness. I feel like you, this was not the best, like what could have been like a really fun 4, 5, 6 month period was not the most fun for you. Is that fair?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that, I liked the idea of it. I'll be honest. Like, the idea of free agency is fun and it's exciting. You're kind of the belle of the ball and everyone's talking to you and you're like, you feel good. It's like an ego boost, right? I think for me, I bet on myself, right? I chose to be a free agent. So I bet on myself. I thought, hey, I'm going to be wanted. And I was right. But, it's mentally draining, the highs and lows of it for me, personally, like thinking you're going here, thinking you're doing this, thinking you're doing that. Not really knowing what's going to happen. It was draining and I didn't really enjoy it in the end. I kind of felt frustrated and, I guess the power of surrender is not something I'm super good at. Like, I like being in control. I like being in control of my destiny. So feeling like I wasn't was a little bit difficult for me.
When you look back, is there anything you wish you would have done differently?
No, I mean, I think that I did the best that I could with the contracts I had. And, I had some amazing opportunities. I feel like I'm confident that because of what happened during free agency, I'm confident that I'm going to still get to do the things I want to do. I've been harping on him for a while now. So, I've done my part. I've made it very clear I'm willing to step in the cage with anyone. So I've gone far enough to sign a contract to fight. These people that say that, oh, you just signed with PFL. No, I signed a contract to fight you on April 22nd in Hawaii. So I'm ready to fight.
Right.
But first I gotta get through this season. There's no such thing as an easy fight. Everyone's tough until you beat them. I got 4 hard fights in 5.5 months, which is fucking grueling in and of itself. So I'm prepared for that. I'm prepared. None of that happens if I don't do my job this year. So I gotta go and shine.
The 4 fights in 5.5 months, more grueling physically or mentally?
I mean, I think it becomes so grueling physically because I train so hard that eventually it breaks you a little bit mentally. Eventually you get to that point where you're just like sick of training. And I never really thought I would. I mean, I got to that point in judo a little bit at the end, like with the Olympics and stuff, but definitely like I fight this weekend and then I go back and I'm right back in camp because I have another fight. I think too, the older I get, I need to learn how to train a little bit better. I didn't really believe anybody when they talked about being in your 30s, but it's time to start training smarter, not harder.
I actually feel like your training sessions are tougher than your fights. I mean, I guess that's always the goal, right? In any
For sure. No, it's a very like old school judo wrestling, like the toughest man wins, the strongest survive mentality, which has been good. But I don't have to prove I'm tough. Like, I know I'm tough. Life taught me that a long time ago. So now I think it's more about being smart, being a smart fighter. And my coaches and I have talked about it a lot. I think we're figuring it out. We're tweaking things.
This happens to everyone in the fight game, at least that I've come across. And I wonder if it's happening to you. And I won't begrudge you if you say yes. But we often, doing this job for so long, we meet everyone who comes in and they're wide-eyed and they want to do all the media and they want to do everything. And then there's a period that comes where they don't want to do anything anymore. And it's happened to all the greats. And I feel like you have reached that point where you are tired of talking about yourself, of talking to us.
Yeah.
You'll do it if you have to and if you need to, but you are no longer at the point where you want to talk to everyone and do all the stuff. Have you reached that point? Am I accurate?
Absolutely. I think that's 100% accurate. And for sure, I think when I was first starting, it was definitely like an ego thing. I was very excited, like people cared. But yeah, no, I'm sick of talking about me. I do it because I get paid to do it. And it's part of my responsibilities.
Why do you
an ambassador?
It's kind of hit you now where you're like, enough is enough? Because I've even seen you reference
it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating, like it doesn't really matter. Like you guys all ask the same questions.
Damn.
I mean, we've done a couple really meaningful interviews that I'm grateful for, where we've gone deep and we've gone below the surface, but most of it's very superficial. Most of it's about, what do you think about Amanda? And were you going to get in the cage and were you going to fight her? And what about Cris Cyborg? And, this, that, and the other. And like, most of it is super, super superficial. Most of it is like, I could just put on a recorder of me talking and saying the same thing. So there's no like stimulation. There's no intellectual stimulation. And I feel like I don't get the opportunity to say the things I really want to say unless I am an asshole and I like turn it on the reporter and make them like, hey, why don't you do a better job? Like, why don't you ask me some real questions? Why don't you ask me about my foundation? Why don't you ask me about my book? Why don't you talk to me about these things that matter to me instead of asking me about Cris Cyborg? This is the reality. She's in another promotion. I'm in another promotion. She's going to become a free agent. Now it's her job. Where is she going to sign? Sounds like she wants to go box. Sounds like she's going to which I already knew was going to happen. So I'm not in control of that. And I don't really want to talk about it anymore. I have nothing left to say about that. Like, it is what it is. I'll fight anyone, anytime, anywhere. I'm ready to move on with I would just want to,
I get it. Why are you wearing that t-shirt?
Because I hear about a lot of people saying that they're fucking legends. So
I think Cyborg wore a shirt with the word legend on it.
Did she?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, it's just funny because you said you didn't want to talk about her, but it's like staring me in the face. I tried.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about her, but I mean, I'm just letting her know.
Can I just say one thing about the whole Cyborg thing? I don't know if you know this, but she was in studio on Monday on my show. I don't know if you know this, and I feel like you're going to kill me, but can I play you a clip of something she said about you, or would you rather not?
Dude, you stir, okay, let's just talk about drama queen.
What?
You stir the pot like no other.
Wow.
No other. No wonder you have such good ratings. Oh, let me give Juliana Pena the mic. Oh, amazing. She cut promo after promo today. Oh, Cyborg. Here, let me ask you about Kayla Harris. Oh, Ronda Rousey. Like you. It's you. Let me hear the clip.
All right.
Come on.
All right. But in my defense, I mean, I put you over more than I put them over all the time.
you have a job to do, which is why I don't bitch about it too much. And you also give me an amazing platform.
Okay.
And we've had actual meaningful conversations.
Okay.
So I'm grateful for you, even if you stir the pot.
All right. Here's the clip of Cyborg on Monday.
Let me hear it.
I don't have anything against Kayla. I think she's the next Ronda Rousey. Yeah, I don't know.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not sure. Is that a compliment?
I don't know. She tried to be Ronda Rousey, maybe.
I think she's better than Ronda.
I think in judo skills, I think Ronda's better.
Really? She's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist.
I know, because she's heavy. The girls just fight is different skills.
Okay.
I think Ronda fight the girls is different skills. I don't know. This is my point.
Were you sad when she didn't sign with Bellator?
I don't say. I knew she was going to bring back to PFL.
You don't think that she was genuine about it? I think she was.
Really?
They just matched.
I don't know.
But you knew. You felt like it wasn't happening. So you didn't even get your hopes up.
Yeah. It's okay.
Okay, so for the record, in that clip, I defended you like 3 times.
I appreciate you. I'm not complaining.
Jeez.
I'm not complaining. You keep me in the news more than anybody.
Well, thank you. Despite people trying to stop that from happening, but alas, I digress. You are not as good as Ronda Rousey in judo. What about that statement?
No. I mean, I think that she's just grasping at straws now, like she's just desperate to cut me down in some way. That's like a passive aggressive.
Right.
I don't know. I really don't care what Cyborg thinks of my judo. I have 2 fucking gold medals at home. So.
And the other thing, did you try to copy Ronda when you came in?
No, I wanted to be the opposite of Ronda.
Right.
Did you see how that career ended? I don't want to do that.
Right.
No offense. No, and I don't mean any. I'm not talking shit about Ronda. I just I feel like I learned from her. I don't believe my own press. I don't have yes men around me, and I've taken my time. Right? Like I'm not a household name. I'm not a superstar. I'm not like any of those things. I'm taking my time. I'm doing things right, and but God bless Ronda. Thank her for everything she did. She changed the game, and she made it possible for women like me to have a job and to make the money I'm making doing what I'm doing. So I take absolutely nothing away from her. I think that Cyborg is just I respect Cyborg too. She was so good that people couldn't ignore her. People didn't want to like her. People didn't want to tune into her, but she was just a fucking beast. So I have nothing but respect for her as well. Yeah.
One last thing, you bring up the best point though, and I don't think a lot of people know this, and you just dropped it. You were supposed to fight on that Hawaii card 2 weeks ago. There is actually a piece of paper with your signature on it, but then PFL matched it. So this notion that you weren't going to sign, there is factual proof. And so now the ball's in her court because she's about to become a free agent, as she said on the show in the summer.
Right.
If PFL extends, now we see who is going to actually step up, right? Have they told you they will?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how her contract is written. I don't know if Bellator has a right to match. I don't know what goes on. I don't have a copy of her contract in front of me, but I will tell you that I did sign on a dotted line to fight her, and there wasn't going to be a tune-up, and there wasn't going to be an easing in process. I was going to fight her on April 22nd in Hawaii.
Dang.
And PFL used their right to match, and I'm super happy that they did. I'm not upset about it. I love the PFL. I believe in this company. I believe in the format. I've been the face for a long time for a reason. We're growing together. I do believe the next 2 years are going to be even better than the last 2 years. But yeah, you're right. I signed a contract. I'm not scared. I'm not running. Cyborg, if you're not scared and you're not running, come fight me here then.
Have they told you they will extend her an offer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me?
Because this co-promotion stuff isn't a thing anymore. There's no need for a co-promotion. She's a free agent. Just bring her over.
Yeah. That's what I've heard. I mean, I have been assured by the top of the top that they're going to do they want this fight too. Who doesn't everyone wants this fight. They want it. I want it. The fans want it. They're going to do everything in their power to make this fight happen.
You mentioned your foundation.
Yes.
What would you like to say about it? You say that we don't ask you enough about it. What would you like to say about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's May now, but April was Sexual Assault Awareness Month. I have a foundation called the Fearless Foundation. You can follow it on Instagram at fearlessfoundation.org or at fearlessfoundation.org. The website is fearlessfoundation.org. I just think that I've been given this platform. I have all these accolades. I've done all this cool shit, but the most important thing I can do is try and change the world. And 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys are sexually abused or sexually assaulted by the age of 18. So, and that's just the people who say something. The chances are the numbers are a lot higher. The chances are there's someone in this room, you know, that I'm sitting in. I mean, I've been sexually abused, but maybe somebody else has. I don't know how many people are in the room you're in, but somebody has had something happen to them. And I feel like everything happens for a reason. And it's my job and my duty to try and eradicate sexual abuse. I feel like that is my purpose. So I want you to go on Amazon, all of you. I want you to buy the book, Fighting Back. I want you to read it, and then I want you to give it to a friend. And I want you guys to educate yourselves on what sexual abuse is. I want you to know what grooming looks like. I want you to know why kids stay silent. I want you to know how you can talk to your child if you think something is going on. I want you to learn these things and have these tools so that we can start putting an end to it. You know, I don't want there to be any more Nassar scandals. I don't want there to be any more Sandusky's. I don't want there to be any more Kayla Harrison stories. I don't want this. Like, children are the most innocent, they're the most pure things on earth, right? Would you agree?
Yes.
It's our job to protect them. It's our job to protect them. And the lasting effects that sexual abuse has on someone, I'm still dealing with it to this day. I'm 31 years old and I still deal with the effects of that trauma. And I don't want that for people. I don't want people to have to go through that. I don't want kids to have to grow up and go through that. So please check out the foundation. Please read my book. Please share it with your friends, and allow me to make a difference in this world.
Beautifully said. I can't imagine what was going through your mind with the whole Cain Velasquez thing. And I've seen you kind of retweet things. But I mean, as a mom, right, as a parent, and also as someone with your history, I just can't even imagine how close to home that must have hit.
Yeah, I mean, really, really. You know, the night that I told my mom, you know, she showed up to my coach's house with a baseball bat and beat the shit out of his truck. And then she went to the police the next day and pressed charges, and the FBI got involved, and, you know, justice was served. He served 10 years in federal prison. But I can't imagine being Cain. I can't imagine, like, my job is to make it so that Cain doesn't have to do something like that. You know, my job is to make it so that never happens, because they see the signs and they're able to talk to their children, and they're able to say, like, you know, what's going on? Do you have any funny tummy feelings? And you're able to have these conversations so that this doesn't happen.
One last thing I wanted to ask you about before I let you go. I got a notification about this from the great Greg Savage. What is this situation? This is crazy. You are one of 15 Olympians, along with Michael Phelps, Lindsey Vonn, and other big stars, named as finalists for induction into the U.S. and Paralympic Hall of Fame. And people could go on teamusa.org/hall-of-fame class-of-2022 to vote. What the heck to vote? What is this? Is this a popularity contest, the Hall of Fame? How are you not in the Hall of Fame, A, already, and B, how do they leave this up to people to just randomly vote on? This is crazy to me.
I think it's a mixture. It's like a mixture of fan votes with other Olympians. Like Olympians can go vote, board members. I don't know exactly how it works, but yeah, it's a huge, huge honor just to be a finalist. Obviously, representing the United States of America, in my opinion, the greatest country in the world, standing on top of the podium, you know, winning our country's first ever gold medal. For me, was one of the greatest highlights of my life, and a huge honor and memories that I'm going to cherish forever. So to be inducted into the Hall of Fame would feel good. You know, that would be like a little, It's 10 years ago, Ariel, 10 years ago this year, I won my first gold medal.
That's crazy.
I know.
Same Olympics, by the way, as Katie Taylor, who won a gold medal, who was in that fight on Saturday at MSG.
In London?
Yeah.
Did she win in London as well?
Yeah.
Man, that was amazing.
How great of a fight. Did you watch it?
I was so proud. I watched the highlights. I'm old, but I know. But I'm just so proud of, like, they couldn't have done a better job for women's boxing, for female athletes, for athletes, and for women, period. You know, like, they just, inside the ring, outside the ring, they did an amazing job. And I was like, oh man, you just love to see it. You love to see it. It was so inspiring.
It was amazing in there. And they just announced today 1.5 million people watched it on DAZN on Sunday.
Awesome.
So a huge deal.
That's awesome.
It's a huge deal when you fight. And your opponent's name, Marina Mokhnakina. Did I get that right?
Mokhnakina.
Is that right? Did I get it right? Yeah? Whatever.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kayla, you're the best. Thank you so much for doing this. I hope I was able to go below.
You're the best, Ariel. Right, always for you. I'll do it for you.
All right. Thank you so much, Kayla. Good luck on Friday. Can't wait for it, and appreciate the time as always.
Thank you. Thank you.
There she is, the one and only Kayla Harrison. What a legend. I mean, is there a better interview?